Welcome back once again to the Imaginary Gallery. This is TJ, your host. Tonight's discussion is a continuation of the last discussion regarding the aftermath. I'm still covering Thomas Sheridan's book, Puzzling People, The Labyrinth of the Psychopath. There's another section, similar to something I've covered before. It's good to be looked at through a fresh set of eyes. Sheridan tells us to keep your mouth shut for a while. Sounds like something that narcopath would say.
Keep your mouth shut.
Thomas Sheridan tells us if there's one sliver of advice he would give to all victims of these creatures, especially in the early days, it is this: do not, under any circumstances, publicly announce your pain and grief in a way that the creature will know it is you talking about them.
You can never escape from me.
Sheridan says he cannot stress this enough. And then in bold type, he says, do not openly talk about how you feel online or elsewhere using your real name or in a way that the creature knows that it's you talking about the creature. And then he gives us some tips. These creatures could be following you on Facebook, which is retarded, Twitter or blog pages, in order to get a rush from the emotional devastation you are trying to express. Which means, don't go onto a YouTube channel the day after your discard and say,
"Hi, oh, my partner discarded me. I'm in such pain."
Because chances are your partner's tuning into that video and laughing at it. But as far as publishing public information about such things, Sheridan advises, and I would advise as well, against it, because he says this is just more of your energy for these creatures to feed on. Remember, they get stoned off the supply of negative or positive emotions. So if you scream at them and say, "How dare you ruin my life," that's going to give them a thrill. If you post online, "Oh, he dumped me again," they're going to read that and think, "Good, I'm going to do it again. I can't wait to lure him back in and do it again."
Nobody's gonna believe you anyway.
But yes, they love to be the center of attention, and they enjoy it. Another thing that these creatures will do if you choose to publicly announce such information, they will use this as proof that, get this, you are stalking them, and you have always been the one who was nuts, irrational, or losing it. The creature will play that angle with anybody who's willing to listen, to destroy your reputation, or, as we've covered, the smear campaign, to smear your reputation and your credibility with your friends and your co-workers. Nice person. And this next part he advises, I guess, towards the creative types, where he says, do not write a song about the pain you're going through that this creature has created, especially if doing so would allow this creature to know that you are talking about it. Do not create any kind of art that relates to how this creature hurt you, and then show it to them indirectly. Keep these vital healing processes to yourself. Otherwise, you are simply gushing out the emotional energy these monsters crave. You are not going to make them feel remorseful. You're not going to get them to have a change of heart. You're not going to get them to feel horrible for what's happened. You gotta remember, they do not care about your feelings. And if you've been discarded and they've got the new supply, you pretty much do not even exist, as far as the creature is concerned. Now, Sheridan tells us that this is one of the reasons he's very much against the victim impact statements being read out in court during the sentencing of criminals. He asks, do the courts actually believe that the victim of a cluster B creature, pedophile priest, who's traumatically on the stand recalling this horrible abuse they endured, while this old geezer pervert sits in the dock watching, is this somehow punishing this priest with guilt and remorse? It is nothing less than a nice pornographic trip down memory lane for this father, Mr. Psychopath, and he is loving every moment of it. He joined the priesthood in the first place because it allowed him to have access to and to rape children with the indirect blessing of the church's fathers, who would simply move him on to the next parish for fresh meat. Private journals. Write things down, says Thomas Sheridan, and then tear them up or post about it highly anonymously on the net in a way that the creature will never know it was written by you. Openly talking to someone else can sometimes be the same as talking to the creature. Even worse, because now there is one other person, the person you spoke with, for the creature to get attention from. And how they relish this. Find a way to help yourself without giving the creature more of what they crave. You are strong enough alone. You don't need another person. Starve the beast. These psychological and emotional parasites are needier than hell. Don't give them anything they might require from you after they're done with you, especially the attention that they so desperately crave. Now, Sheridan tells us that all of these creatures live by their own rules, which means that they bully, they pretend to be a victim, they create drama out of thin air, they suck the life out of everybody they come into contact with, including their family members. We all know several people like this, don't we? Whether we know this about them or not depends upon how well they hide what they really are behind the fake facade that they present to this world. They can at times appear to be the most charismatic, convincing people in the world, and only their previous targets and victims know them for the monster that they truly are. They can also elicit a kind of primal fear, something that goes straight past the conscious thought process and aimed straight at the subliminal or unconscious depths of our being in terms of real, technical, creative, and cognitive expression. These creatures are, as I've stated, they're mostly imbeciles. They may be terrible at passing educational tests. They may be without a moral compass and so on. But do not allow your guard to go down when encountering and dealing with these monsters. They are the most potent, destructive forces of mankind. And keep in mind, Sheridan tells us, they come in all walks of life. They have no real views or sense of conviction of anything external to themselves, except for the emotional response their actions evoke on their targets or their victims. In politics, they become liberals or conservatives, depending on what they want to gain and who they can use to get it. These creatures have no allegiance to anything except their own nasty, selfish need.
I am the narcopath. It's me. Remember me? The one that got away? The one that you were so in love with because I mirrored you so well? Well, I'm here to give you a confession because I'm required to for reasons I won't discuss.
Oh, are we on the air? Oh. Hi, I'm Sandy Hooker. Long time no see. I've kind of been punished. So I thought, with this unauthorized broadcast of breaking news, I would let you know. Beware for more and more hoaxes. Fake bomb explosions at teenage concerts where no one gets hurt or killed, but the news makes it look like they do. Don't fall for it. It's terrorism. It's the USA terrorizing its own people. No one's hurt, no one's killed. It's fake, just like the Sandy hoax, just like that Boston bombing, just like that Pulse nightclub. All this stuff is fake. We won't see each other anymore if you do what I'm about to tell you, but turn off your television and come to the internet at 666 Sandy Hooker. I'll give you an interactive show you'll never forget. I don't know how much longer they're going to let me be on the news because I let the cat out of the bag. So many people have found out the truth and they're waking up. We'll see. I might have to become someone else, if you know what I mean. I don't need this job. I'm better as a stripper anyway. Hi, I am the narcopath. I just thought I'd give you a little status update. I was gonna become a movie star. I was gonna be the next Pamela Anderson Lee with a sex tape better than hers with 2 lesbians instead of a man. I was looking at YouTube and I was afraid I'd have to pass myself off as a lady, which you and I know I am, but the stupid public won't necessarily understand it that way. So I've been looking at people on YouTube with these videos showing the dimensions of shoulders like Michelle Obama, which of course she's a man. Please, she ripped my Virginia up and
Rip my Virginia up into
roast beef that was like shredded. But anyway, that's beside the point. And her goddamn queer fag husband, ugh, he ruined the country. And had sex with the men and killed the ones who told. But, I just thought I'd let you know. Roast beef that was like shredded.
roast beef that was like shredded.
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 Hi, my name is Sandy Hoaxtard. You probably don't know me because I've never been on the news before, but I would like to be on the news. This is my audition video. I hope you like my personality. I hope you think I'm the right one for the job. I know that I'm very knowledgeable about current events. Please consider me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm about out of battery, so this is going to have to be my audition. I hope you like it.
Oh.